Hey guys, Crazy Werewolf here with a new video on the Digimon Fusion CCG. Today I want to talk about the limitation of the MarineAngemon, which is pretty recent. I'm looking at the page. It took me a while to find it, and just reading the comments and reading the reasons behind the limitation, it further proves why it really was limited in the first place. And it's one of the first to come in this card game, and I am pretty sure it will not be the last. So the thing with MarineAngemon from the starter deck, the Shot One starter deck, even for a comment, the effect was just it's just way too. It's very annoying. I mean, for the little time that I did play with this card, I ran two of this, and I ran two for a good reason. Here's the effect: just for one cost, during the battle, you cancel the battle, and all battling Digimon are just automatically sent to their training areas. The digi the what is it? The Cold Crown that's on the field, no matter who owns it, no matter the priority player who owned it, it goes back into the Cold Crown deck, and the next priority player will play the next Cold Crown deck at the end of the once this turn was over. That's insane. Why? Because it will slow duels down a lot more. This also caused a lot of the strategy and hard work that our player did to pretty much just be completely null and void. I mean, when you go into battle, you already boosted, you already fusioned, you already summoned, you know? All this hard work that you did to bring out this powerful Digimon just to beat your opponent, and all of a sudden your opponent pulls this guy out, say, huh, so much for your hard work. Oh well, nobody wins the Cold Crown, but the problem is not that. The problem was that the entire battle, the entire hard work that you did was completely scrutinized. It was just null and void. And nobody won, nobody lost. It was technically a draw. The Cold Crown, whoever the pirate player was, it will go back into the Cold Crown deck, and on the next following turn, the other pirate player now would take their own Cold Crown, and a new battle will take place this time. So, my opinion, I'm kind of glad they limited this guy to one. Even when I first read his effect, I was just like, wait a minute, this is just way too powerful. When I was running two in my Fusion Fight, not Fusion Fighters, I didn't use Fusion Fighters, Blue Flare, because I played with Blue Flare and I played with the Bagra Army deck. I used two of these in my Blue Flare deck, and it completely devoured my Bagra deck no matter what. And mind you, Blue Flare wasn't really that great back as you know, now that the game started, and it's finally going to get better support with set 2, which I also will cover, since I love Blue Flare. And even though I'm not playing the game anymore, I'm just very happy with what Blue Flare got, and I'm really excited to see how Blue Flare will do in the next format, and I definitely will be asking other players about that kind of thing. But anyways, let's go back to the topic. So the biggest issue with this MarineAngemon was the fact that it would slow duels down, it would drag them on, and if a player would be playing 3 of these, well, unless you had a way to cancel out the MarineAngemon and respond to it before it even took off, yeah, you would be stuck playing the game for who knows how long. Like, I know the game itself is pretty quick, but no one card should ever have to slow down a game so dramatically to the point where it's just like the players just get annoyed and frustrated just hearing the other players saying, "Hell, now I have MarineAngemon, this battle's now cancelled." Oh, great, here we go again. You know what I'm saying? And I do agree with what is being said here. His effect has shown to negatively affect the game flow too much, and as of now, all sanctioned Digimon Fusion collectible card game will have a restriction of this card to a max of 1 copy in your deck and any future side decks. And I agree with Michelle Leclerc here, Facebook. It just made games longer, and now the Digimon Fusion, those who run the website say the games got really long, especially if both players play 3 copies of each. However, for fun, go ahead and play 3 copies. 3 copies. This really only affects Digiduelist and the championship tournament. And then Sylvester says, "Did you do this? Okay, thank you. This freaking MarineAngemon made us all miss our last bus last time because matches took so too long." um, Even if I were playing for fun, I will still keep it at 1. It's just, no duel should drag on, unless, you know, the person you're playing for just for the fun of it doesn't care about taking too long playing games. But the card is just, wow. You know, it's just crazy. So everybody's pretty much like commenting on this. Yeah, yes, this card was horrible for the game. Legitimate match length in this game is 45 minutes. One game with that card takes on average about an hour. So I don't know if that's exactly accurate, but according to Zach LaFlame, he says that yeah, some games did take up to an hour. So, but I do agree. For the little time that I did play with this guy, he did drag on games, and I just found myself going like, oh Jesus, you know. It's fine if the game should drag on for a little bit, but it shouldn't drag on for more than 30, like half an hour or anything like that. It just shouldn't, you know. I'm not saying fast games are better, you know. Speed games that just end in like 2 turns or anything. I mean, in this game, you probably end finishing like 5 to 10 turns, depending on who wins the cold grind and what ordered. But MarineAngemon, this guy was just a problem to begin with, and he was an instant staple. I don't see any reason why no deck should have run him. And even at 1, it can still be a problem. I mean, at 1 is not much of an issue. You know, it'll drag one little duel for 1 turn, but after that, since it's gone, you know, oh well. But then don't forget, in this game, you don't really run out of cards. If you do happen to run out of cards, you just reshuffle your discard pile and shuffle a new deck, and you might, if you still have a chance of winning, you can still pull this guy again. So, but it makes it more fair, makes it more balanced, you know, compared to 3, where it would just be like every single little turn that you would get, if you would draw him and you would use him just to get advantage. You know, if you obviously were losing that battle, you would use it and be like, ha, yeah, okay, I'm not gonna lose this battle. I'm gonna kick your ass on the next one. But I'm really glad this MarineAngemon was limited to 1 for official tournaments and official Digiduel days. And it just comes to show that cards like this need to be tested before they're released. I mean, I'm pretty sure Bandai wasn't aware of the power this card would hold. And then once Digiduel days occurred, you know, this sort of thing happened. And all card games go through this sort of thing, you know. The developers can only do so much to balance a card, but it'll take probably up to a tournament to finally see what the real problem is and what cards are being the trouble in the format. And with new cards coming in and the card pool increasing, it's gonna be really hard to keep an eye on cards like this from ever taking off. But that's what's good about doing official tournaments, is you catch cards like this and they act, and you begin to take effect on it. Like, should we limit it? Should we just ban it? That kind of thing. So this is the first of who knows many cards that will come up in the future sets that will be touched, that will be limited and or banned. So we'll see what happens. You know, all card games have a list eventually, or they'll for the format they'll ban it, and once that format's done, you know, for rotation formats like Pokemon, you know, it won't even matter once the rotation's done. But for card games like, you know, some formats in Magic, you know, there's a ban list and a limited list. In Yu-Gi-Oh, we have a ban list and limited list as well for advanced format. I'm not sure about Vanguard. I'm not 100% sure if they have a list or not. But for the most part, this is a good sign that they paid attention to this, and it shows that they care, and it shows that they're attentive on these kinds of rulings and mechanics and all this other things. So I'm really happy about that. So let me know what you guys think. I mean, if you guys played on this format, you know, did this card really give you a hard time? Did it really drag out the games as long as some of these people, players are also claiming that, you know, took place? You know, share your stories. You know, if you share your stories on how long your games took because of this card when it was at 3. You know, all the stuff. I want to hear, you know, your views on this. I want to hear your experiences with this card. The more I hear from you guys, you know, the more we'll understand better. You know, I mean, it's common sense, but I'm just saying, I would love to hear stories from you guys. You know, the experiences. You know, I'm pretty sure other people will also love to comment on your experiences and share their experiences of what this card is, and you know, if they think it's really that powerful or not. You know, so you know, just share, guys. You know, this is what we're here to help each other out. Okay, guys, thank you guys for listening so much. I'll definitely be uploading the next video. I'm not gonna spoil and say what it is. It's a little surprise, but I'll see you guys on the next one. Alright, peace out, and take care of yourselves, alright?